you're trying to get that shot off quicker, I got a treat for you today because I got the Miami Heat shooting coach with some hacks for you. Take it away, Rob.
Hey, Jesse's YouTube channel. Thanks for having me on. This is Rob Fodor from The Shooting Guy. I wanted to talk to you about helping you speed up the release of your shot. Obviously, in game situations, being able to get rid of the ball quickly and consistently is a big deal. So what I want to do is I'll break down into 3 categories of things you can focus on that will help you get rid of your shot under control and quickly as you can. So first thing is I talk about preparation. Now preparation is a big category, and under that category we talk with our players about posture and hand prep and balance. So as you're working through this, we want to be able to have our feet 50-50 as much as possible, have a base wide enough, but where we focus, I don't talk about bending our knees very much. Most of the time when we go to sit down, we move our hips. If we move our hips back and up, it puts us in a really athletic, explosive way to be able to jump up and deliver that shot. Secondly, we bring our hands ready with the ball. So as soon as it hits our hands, we use a phrase we call the one move, okay? And when the ball hits me in the hands, the first thing I do is load my hands and bring the ball close to my body. The reason I want to bring it close to my body is there's some geometry involved that helps us with the shape, but it also keeps the ball away from a defender. Anytime we're reacting to a defender, it throws off the purpose of what we're trying to do. So we set up on balance, hips back and up. We work on our posture being vertical, so my eyes up, my chin up, and my chest is up, and connect the ball to our body by loading our hands, okay? Secondly, you heard me just say that word, connection is a big deal. We want to try and keep the ball as close as possible as we raise it up to be able to release it. The reason for that is there's some geometry and there's some physics. The physics of it is I'm creating leverage with my body, and it gives me a chance to keep the energy going in one direction towards the basket. So if we picture the ball here and I'm going up as close to straight up as I can take the energy of the ball and move it forward versus moving it away from the basket and then rerouting it. It's very hard to reroute the ball at speed. So we want to try to be, it's about efficiency for us. So as I connect the ball and raise it up, then we talk about sequence. Sequence is what happens first, what happens second. So obviously when I catch the ball, the first thing I do is I load my hands, get that ball connected, and then we're going to raise the ball before our body starts up, okay? So thinking of this, the ball has got to travel more distance than your body does. Here's a visual of it. If I catch the ball here and I shoot it from here and I go to jump and my body does this, obviously we can see that the ball has to travel possibly 2 to 3 times farther than our body does. Now the time that we're up in the air to separate is kind of our feel, getting oriented with the basket kind of position. So as long as we're ready up there, we want to be able to raise that ball first, and that allows me to have the ball ready before I get to the peak of my jump. If I can release the ball before the peak of my jump, I can transfer the most energy from my body into the ball. So we talk about that again in 3 categories: preparation, connection, and sequence. The better we get at being on balance, being prepared as the ball hits me, meaning the less things that I have to do once the ball gets to me, obviously the more efficient that I will be. The less things that I have to do to be able to get myself organized to let the shot go on the way up, the better chance I have of being able to repeat it. The less angles that I have to change along the way, it just makes sense that it's easier for me to repeat. Meaning, if I had to go up there and load my hands on the way up, or if the ball is out away from me and I'm bringing it back away from the basket, that energy, I have to reroute the energy and I have to reset those levers. My hand is a lever, my elbow is a lever, my shoulder is a lever. If we get the ball to move up in sequence, when I talk about sequence, the ball goes first before your body, and what parts of your body are getting loaded? Simple way to remember it is wrist, elbow, shoulder. That will allow us to be able to keep the ball close to us, be able to let the ball travel in one direction versus changing directions. Obviously, the less times you change directions, the more consistent and the quicker you can be. So keep that in mind when you want to start to speed up your release. It will help you be able to shoot off the move, and it will also help you be able to shoot off the dribble. For more information about us, go check us out at The Shooting Guy.